Coaches, welcome to this tutorial on how to use Home Campus. I've had a few of you having questions about how it works or what we'll be using it for, so this will hopefully give you a little bit of information. So you'll sign in using the username, the email associated with the coach's email list. So I sent an email out to you guys a week or so ago with the information about Home Campus, and that should have had that email that you received should be the account username, and the password is going to be capitals 2017. So this is coach's account I created for myself for the sports of junior high boys basketball and junior high soccer. So the account that I'm showing you guys right now is going to be similar to your guys' account, just the teams that you're coaching. So for example, if I click on teams, it just shows up those two teams. If you click on if I logged into my admin account, it'd show all the teams. Anyway, so the first feature when you first log on is the home/calendar feature. You can search team schedules in there for games or practices. You can import schedules with Excel file. Not the greatest feature. I'll show you how to do it easier. So the calendar feature right here, you can do some search tools. You can view it in the week or the month. You can see June's already pretty busy for boys basketball. You can also search by events in the facility. So you could search everything happening in the gym, and it would list that out right there. So I know when the gym might be available for my practices. So that's the calendar feature. I can also add an event in here. I'll show you the next way to do it. So click on add event. You can add stuff through here. I'll pretty much add all the games, but for you guys, if you want to add a practice or team event, you click on that feature there, and you'll enter a title. Okay, boys basketball, the level, junior high, campus. I'm going to select the day. I'll just select today. We'll go from 5 to 6:30. Okay, then my favorite feature of practice editions is the repeat feature. So using the repeat feature, I can repeat this practice on certain days. So say I know I'm going to practice every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday from 5 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. Well, I can just go click on those dates that I will be doing that practice time, and it'll enter those dates and times there. So just note that it'll enter those practices on those dates at the selected times. So all these dates will have listed 5 and 6:30 p.m. So I'm just going to save that event so I can show you what that looks like. So you can see now on the calendar page, it's going to show practice events. It'll show my junior high boys basketball practice today at 5 o'clock. So now I'm going to show you guys the teams tab. I can click on teams, my junior high team. I click on that, and it shows then all the events associated with my team. So you see today's practice, and then you see Monday, Tuesday, Thursday for the next 2 weeks. If you need to delete a practice, you can just click on this delete button. Okay, if you need to change a practice time, so you've entered all those in, and you're like, oh, I gotta move it a little bit back, you can just go on there and change it from 6 to 7:30. Save that event, and the edit is now made. So I'm just going to delete all those real quick because we're not doing junior high basketball practice anytime soon here. So you also have the feature for the roster. As you can see just above there is the student rosters. I don't have anybody listed in junior high yet, but if I did, they would have shown up here. I'm going to pull up the boys varsity team just so you see what that looks like. So you see this is their practice and game schedule for the summer, but it also then has their student roster of athletes that have been cleared. So you can go in there and you can edit the roster, enter in their number, their height, their position. Don't worry about eligibility there. Leave that blank. Okay, so moving on to the next feature, we have, don't worry about items donations here. We'll go to clearance page. This is where you're going to view what athletes have been cleared for your team. So I'm just going to click on basketball boys, and it shows up with the list of athletes that have begun the registration process, and you can see the steps they've completed. So you can see Fielder here. He begun the process, but he hasn't completed the parent-guardian info or the signatures, so he's uncleared. All the athletes that have finished the process and have everything in order, they have a cleared green status there. Jaden here, he completed all the steps, but he doesn't have a sports physical yet, so I have denied his clearance, and this will turn to green, cleared, once his sports physical has been turned in. Another feature here is the expiring soon. It has a list of physicals that might be expiring soon here. You can print emergency cards from here. I'll probably just be the one doing that. But you can select the students that you want to have emergency cards printed for. So, we'll just go Brian and Griffin here. Click on the Print Emergency Cards tab, and it should pull up or download for you a document, which then you can open, and it'll have their emergency information. So, contact info, statement of consent, any medical conditions or issues there, and then release to treatment or statement of consent for treatment. So all that's listed in there, and we'll have that printed out for each team, so you have that information if there is an incident that occurs. Other feature is you can assign athletes to a team. So if it's someone isn't on a team yet, you can go click on, let's see, I think I've assigned Tyler yet to the JV. So Tyler, click on Tyler Kuhn, assign to the team, so we'll go junior varsity, and you click submit, and then now Tyler should be showing up on your team tab. If we go to JV boys, now Tyler Kuhn's double listed because I guess I already had done it. But you can see that's how you would add a team to your roster. So if you're seeing someone in clearance that isn't showing up on your roster, you can just go in there and very quickly edit that. Facilities tab, you don't really need to worry about that, as this is just more on my end, editing or entering in facilities that might be used. If for example, you're going to use something off campus, you could just enter in the address here, and then be able to direct parents on the website to that address. They just would have to click on the facility. So one feature you could use there. The next tab we'll look at here is students. So you click on students. Not a lot of information for you here, but there is one important feature that you all need to be aware of. So that's the injuries management tab. So if you click on injuries and manage right there, it'll pop up that student. So we'll go Brecken. You can add a new incident, and this is going forward what we should be doing to document all injuries for insurance purposes, and kind of just to cover ourselves that we're just kind of being aware of injuries that happen on campus. So we'll enter the team, the level, okay, injury date, say it happens tonight, okay, list whatever it was, any kind of treatment that was given, or evaluations, referrals. If someone has a concussion, right, they need to go checked out by a doctor before they're cleared to play, all that stuff. So you can enter in any information here, or I will enter it as well, just so we have a clear record of what's going on with each student. And then you can put a clearance date, so we'll say it's clear tomorrow. So you click save, we'll say ankle. So that's saved. It shows up then here that there was an incident, Brecken was injured on June 8th, cleared to play again June 9th. So I can go back in and edit that if there's any more information that becomes available, and I'll just delete that record for now, because Brecken's not going to injure his ankle, hopefully tonight, now that I've said that. Okay, going to the next feature. We've already looked at teams a little bit, but this is what's going to be showing up on the website for the most part, so just make sure this is up to date. Score poster. Those of you that are using Max Preps already to post scores, continue to use that. I can just go on and pull those scores onto home campus. You don't have to worry about doing two different entries, but this will be what populates to our school website. So parents will be able, and and community members or whatever that search our website, they'll be able to see scores and results on our school website, similar to what's on Max Preps already. So the teams that aren't using Max Preps already, like the junior high teams or flag football, we'll go on and we'll enter our results on here just so we have a record of the season at the end of the year. So you'll just enter the win or loss score, our score, their score, and any notes relevant to the game. So please do that if you're not currently using Max Preps. The next feature is reports feature. There's a lot of great reports that can be created. So you can look at a team schedule. This is an Excel format that you can create. So you can select the information that you'd want to have, and it creates a report, whether that's games, practices, or games and practices. So that can be something you share with players or parents. I'll be creating all of those as well, just to share at the start of each season. So you don't necessarily need to do that, but if you want to get information out, you can do that. It's a very easy feature. The best feature is the student roster tab here. If you guys are wanting to get information on your athletes, you can click on the information that you'd want and create report, and it should produce then an Excel file similar to this one that has a list of home phone, student cell, parent guardian information. Then you can use to contact your athletes and parents. So please be using that or be aware of that. I'm trying to think what else I might be missing here. I think that's about it. So a couple other pieces of information you guys should be aware of. The school website, if you want to find out what's going on with the school calendar, you can go to the calendar tab under Life at SAA, and this is going to have a list of school events that are happening. So when you're looking at planning your practices, you can go compare what the school calendar says to what's available on the athletics calendar, right? So I can search the month and see what's happening. So you can see May's pretty busy, but you look into June and it's pretty wide open. So just kind of use that as a feature for your planning and preparation. I'll of course always let you know too if there's any conflicts that show up. If you go to the athletics tab here, you can click on the athletics master calendar. The athletics master calendar, then you can search all the athletic teams. Remember, on here you can only view the teams that you're associated with, but if you look on the athletics master calendar, it shows up there's volleyball, we got flag football starting, right? So all that stuff shows up. You could also search by facility, right? So you see all the events happening in the gymnasium over the month of June, or overall, I guess. So you can check that out. Trying to think what else you can do with that. Okay, the team pages are going to look something similar to this. I'm just going to go to boys varsity basketball. Click on that. It'll have a team picture, and then it'll have the home campus information. So we have the schedule for the summer for the boys, and then you have a student roster listed out right here with their number, height, position, all that stuff. So definitely make sure you're entering information on home campus so it shows up on the website. Let's see here. One last thing, if you have athletes that haven't registered yet, make sure and point them to athleticclearance.com. So you can access it as well from the registration tab here. So students will go on there and they'll register by creating an account. If they have an account, they can sign in and enter their information. So that's what athleticclearance.com looks like. Coaches, we'll be using coachesclearance.com for our registration process. So similar to athletes, first time on, you'll register. You can use whatever email you want to. And then once you've registered, your account should be, so for next year, you would just sign in, and all your information you enter this year would already be listed on there. So you would just put that in with your password, sign in, and you would begin your clearance process there. I think that's all the information I have to share for right now. I'll give you some more updates as we go along throughout the year. If you have questions, please just let me know. It's a new feature, but I think it's going to help streamline a lot of things, make us more efficient, make my job a lot easier. So, like I said, thank you for trying it out, and just let me know if you have any questions. So, thanks.